You're welcome back to the AM Weekend Show. Like I said before the break, we have really amazing conversations to have with you this morning. My name is Divine Onoha, and I'm still here with Ugonne Ann. Now we are going to be looking at the power of mentorship in building the next generation of faith-based writers. In short, we'll be taking a look at the intersection of faith and creativity. And joining us in this conversation this morning is Ugonne Ann Okonkwo, a writer, author, a speaker, also known as the author's coach. Welcome to the show, Ma.
I'm here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You look very beautiful, by the way.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't mention.
I'm excited.
I didn't mention we are connecting to her all the way from China. How is China this morning?
Yeah. Well, it's evening here right now. China
great.
is great. It's very cold because I live in the north and it's winter now.
Okay.
But it's amazing. It's great right now.
All right, I'd like you to share a bit of your journey with us. What inspired you into becoming a faith-based writer?
Okay, so as you mentioned, my name is Ugonne Ann Okonkwo. I about 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, I started on this journey of writing because I had this conviction at some point in my life to partner with God to write a book. So at first, it was just an idea that I have always had, but I thought it was something that I was going to do at maybe sometime later in my life when I'm older and wiser. But I just got to this point where it was 2020. I had my first child, my first son, Zite, and then we were in COVID. And this idea just continued to bubble up inside my heart that I could do this. I was already blocked time, but the thought kept coming. I decided to pursue it by, first of all, I knew that I needed help because what do I know about writing books? I mean, blogging is very different from becoming an author. But I started to check online, and I found this coach that was helping people write their own books. And the surprising thing is that the moment I got it was a Facebook group that they had. So I got into this Facebook group, and then I started to see the conversations happening in the group. Okay. And lo and behold, I saw the idea that I had for the first book that I ever wanted to write. I saw the book. The coach in there was announcing that someone had finished writing her book and she's launching it. And then I literally saw my book.
Wow.
The name of the book, except that it wasn't my name that was the author.
Are you serious?
It just really, the thing just really hit me like, oh my goodness, ideas come, and it's not just, I'm not the only custodian of an idea. There are many people that are receiving ideas at the time. It just depends on the person that says yes and goes into execution.
Execution,
mode.
exactly.
And that was all the ginger I needed to just get onto the idea that I now had at the time. I was thinking about writing a book around my motherhood journey and how motherhood had changed my life. And so I just paid the coach and got into work. And that was how I finished writing the book in 2020 and launched it in 2021.
Wow, so beautiful. So writing was not your thing initially, right?
I've always been someone that just scribbled. I like journaling. I keep journals. I've always been someone that just scribbled things here and there. I used to have a blog at the time, but never have I thought about a book. Like, I mean, book is when you think about a book, you think about
it's on a different level.
Big people.
Exactly.
It's on it's a different level. So I never really thought about writing a book until I started having certain experiences that gave me the conviction to go ahead and start writing my book.
Okay, so you emphasize so much on partnering with God to write a book. And I am very sure that not everybody that understands that terminology. So can you explain how it works for you?
Okay, so for me, what I believe that every human being, each and every one of us have a unique destiny and a unique purpose in God. And it only takes you going on that journey of listening in and trying to understand. See, it's not everyone that has the desire to write. Everyone has different things that God has ordained for them to be and become. So for the ones that have always had this thought, or maybe it's even a thought that they just started to nurse recently, is desires are whispers from eternity about who you're supposed to become. That's what I believe. And so, but anybody can, what I believe now is that anybody can come into that place of partnership in terms of just saying, okay, if I have this idea, first of all, believing that I can do it, that I am the woman or the man for the job. There is something that God wants to do with me. First of all, having that mindset and then saying yes. When you say yes, you have to now create room in your life. Partnering with God is just simply catching a vision for your today and saying, okay, let's do this. And what is vision? Vision is basically God's thoughts about your future captured today in your heart. So it's a conversation around vision. It's a conversation about creating room in your life to hear the person that has fashioned you the way you are, have orchestrated your journey up until this point, and then creating that room so that you can conceive the idea, then produce it, and then present it to the world. That's pretty much
all right, Miss Ann. Now we are going to be, I'm going to pick something from what you said initially. You said that when you got to that group, before I ask you the main question I want to ask you, I'm just curious. You said when you got into that Facebook group, you saw someone who had the exact book you wanted to write, the exact title, and probably the exact concept. How did that make you feel? And how did you go about executing your own plan the way you wanted to?
Oh, how that made me feel, my goodness. There was a degree of fear and awe that came into my mind and made me realize that, see, life is happening. There is actually time. When things come into, there is a time frame for ideas. There's a time frame for the things that God wants to do with me. And it just really gave me a hunger to get into anything that I need to get done. And even though I didn't know what I needed, because I have had this idea I think the first time the idea came was in 2019, but I just stalled on it and I wasn't sure and I was just dilly-dallying with it until that happened. And I knew that I needed help. I didn't know where to start from, how to go about it. How do you even write a book? And so I started to seek for the help. And it's in seeking for help that made me come into that group. And even though it cost me a little bit because it was a coaching program, because of that experience, I was ready to do anything because I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and I have this strong conviction that I don't want to really fail. I don't want to, at the end of the day, come before the Lord that I have regrets about the things that He has destined for me to do, and I didn't do them because of what? Laziness or incompetence or what? So I just really paid and just started getting the job done.
All right. So I'm guessing you went ahead to name your book the same name, or did you change it?
Actually, the title of my book at the time that I started writing it was, in my head, was Motherhood, the Game Changer. But it was now when I started writing. So I thought I was writing a book about motherhood, only about my motherhood experiences. But when I now started writing, the things started opening up. So for you to see that God was actually waiting for me, that was when I got the title for the birthing. I got to see that, okay, I'm writing about motherhood is just a section in the book. I wrote about motherhood, the first section, partnering with God for children, for vision, how to catch a vision, and then how that vision can actually affect your community and your nation at large. So that was what happened as I started writing. And that's how the title of the book became The Birthing.
Oh,
Wow.
the birthing. That's
The birthing.
beautiful. All right. I'm trying to ensure that we beat the time. Now, briefly, I'd want us to analyze something. Now, when you talk about music, for instance, there's this mindset that people have that people who go into secular songs, people who go into Afro and the others, they tend to make more money, or they tend to get to limelight faster than those who decide to do according to their faith, whether Muslims, Christians, than, generally. So it is generally believed that getting into secular music industry, you will thrive more than if you decide to, focus on your faith. So I want to know, with writing now, is it the same? Is it applicable the same way? Is it the same way when you talk about, because now we are dealing with faith-based writing. So is it different? Is it different from music industry, or is it the same?
Actually, from my own perspective and the way that I say it, writing, when I say faith-based writing, I'm not just speaking to only Christian books, for example, because God, in his infinite wisdom he's the one that created the world. He's actually interested in everything. He's interested in arts, entertainment, music, fashion, education. He's interested in every single aspect of our lives. So what we're writing is about his perfect plan for the sectors, the industries, the communities, the families, the problems that we are facing. And we can take his ideas, capture his ideas, and put it into a book and then present it to the world. So it's not even just about church language or religious books. It's just really about the kingdom and making an impact and having this impact on every aspect of life. So for us, actually, you need the skill. See, whatever the secular people, for example, are writing, you still need certain skills and certain things that is just required for you to be able to write that book. You need discipline. You need the ability to market when the book goes out. So the thing there's pragmatic, and then there is the spiritual aspect of it. The only difference is that you are sure that you are doing the mind of God, and he can take your little, because for some of us, we don't even have all the experience, but he can pour wisdom, and then you can access his wisdom, and then you can put that wisdom plus your experience and just practical skills and bring out this beautiful resource that can be useful in the lives of so many people. So that's, for me, that's actually how I see it.
Okay. Wow, so that means they thrive too. It's not like secular books only thrive and these ones don't.
No.
Okay, great.
No.
Everyone thriving.
Ogochukwu, you have something.
I want to ask about mentorship. So mentoring from the lady who joined her group chat helped you to be able to now understand your purpose and write your book. And you're also in that path of mentoring other faith-based writers. So what are you doing differently, and how are you helping them discover their own purpose?
Okay, so for me, I'm at this point where I really believe, especially for those that are feeling it and discerning it, because some of us feel like, okay, this is the first time, people that I feel that I'm called to, this is the first time that they are thinking about doing this. And there is if you want to do something excellent, see, partnering with God and catching a vision is very synonymous to carrying a child and birthing a child. And if you're going to have children, you need midwives. Most of the time, you need midwives so that you can carry that baby to full term. And you are not stressed out. You are not, the thing is not, so that you are excellent and successful at that thing. It's the same posture that a coach or a mentor is actually is the same thing. They are helping you. They are like your midwives, based off of their own experiences, based off of their own investments and their own learning. They are going to help you take that idea from just something that is an idea, a fetus. It's just an idea in your heart, and then they walk with you on that journey to make sure that that idea comes to life and it's excellently presented to the world. That's what a coach and a mentor does, pretty much.
All right, thank you so much. I have a final question for you. Unfortunately, I mean, we have a lot to ask. I have a lot, and I'm sure Ogochukwu has a lot, but because of time, we don't have so much time to really dwell and deep dive into this. But I'll just ask you this very final question. Now, I want to believe that while there is hard work, while there are processes to follow, while there are things you need to study and get trained on before you can become a writer, I still know that there's some measure of talent that one should have before they can even say they want to be a writer. Not everybody can sit down and be writing. Not everybody can read books. Not everybody, so there are people who are gifted some sort, only that they have to now brush it up. Now, since we're talking about mentoring and mentorship now, it makes me wonder, can people actually be mentored in writing? Can everybody be mentored? Because especially with faith-based writing now, you talked about accessing wisdom from the supernatural and all of that. So it gives the impression that if you just say yes, you decide to write now, and you probably get a mentor, you now go and maybe even if you have basic skills, I'm talking about talent now, say you are not you don't have the talent, you don't have that thing in you. If you get a mentor, will it work? Can everybody be mentored to become a writer? Basically, that's the question.
I believe so, because at the core of it, talent is actually overrated. At the core of it, writing is a skill. It's a skill that can be learned. And if it's a skill, everything we do, that is the basis of education, is to go and learn a skill. That means you can invest in time, invest in wisdom, resources. There is a way. There are frameworks. There are blueprints that can help you learn that skill very well.
So you're saying
if that's the case,
are you saying it's more of a skill than a talent? I just want to establish that.
It's a talent, but talent is just a down payment.
Okay.
It's just a down payment. You can now, even if it's a talent, it's in its raw form. You still need to make it, you still need to sharpen it, you still need to, at any level that you are in, you still need to work it so that it becomes much more better and finer and useful to the people that you're doing it for. So there are people that, of course, there are people that it's a gift. Writing is their gift. But believe it or not, you still need to put in the work. Anybody that makes that you read their book and you enjoy it, if you see anything that you read and you actually enjoy it, trust me, the degree of work, hard work that has gone into that to make it for you to be easy, accessible, and you read it and you enjoy it, you have no idea. And it's that hard work that you now need to build your skill on and just work on it. You need to give it time. You need to learn the different kinds of writing. If you're writing nonfiction, if you're writing a memoir, if you're writing a novel, there are different types of skill sets that are required for those kinds of books. So definitely you need to work at it. You need to work at it. And that's where teaching, coaching, mentorship now comes in.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So for anyone that wants to get your book, how will they be able to get your book?
Okay, so I am, interestingly, you can, if you're in Enugu, because I know that we're live and in Enugu, this book, my first book, The Birthing, is actually accessible in Ruban stores in Enugu. But there are also, if you're in Lagos, you can find it in the Warrital. In Warri, the book place is the people that published my book. But definitely you can find me online. I have people that you can, if you're in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, it's very easy for me to get to you. And of course, DM me through Instagram, my website, ugonneann.com as well. You can reach me from there. And I can surely, wherever you are, be able to deliver the book for you if you're in Nigeria. If you're outside Nigeria, you can surely check out the book on Amazon.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ugonne Ann Okonkwo. It was nice having you. Have a
Thank
lovely
you.
day and
Thank
say
you
hi
so
to the
much.
people in China for us.
I will. I will. Thank you
All
so much
right,
for having
thank
me.
you.
All right, up next on the AM Weekend Show is our discussion about tech. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.